Good morning. I hope you're well. I wanted to chat today about spirit guides, actually, who they are, how you communicate with them, um, and how you can develop that relationship with them in this life. I often get asked if we know spirit guides, and the reality is, yes, we do know spirit guides. Sometimes they can be relatives and ancestors from this life who have stepped up and decided to be a spirit guide for us, or they can be someone that we will know from a past life, from a previous life we've had. So you won't actively remember them consciously, but on a subconscious level, yes, you would know who they are. Now, guides come from a place of no ego. And what I mean by that is they don't have the ability to make a judgment on you, because the ego is what judges. That is what makes a judgment of whether you're making a mistake or whether something is the right thing for you and you're making the correct choice for yourself. So when I often talk to people about spirit guides, they'll often say to me, well, I don't have a spirit guide because I've had bad things happen to me, or I've made mistakes in my life. And if I had them, why did they let me go down that path? Now, obviously, we always have free will. We have free will in life, and you don't have to do anything that guides would advise you, which is often shown through cards. So when tarot card readings are done and angel card readings are done, that's where advice and guidance can come out from your guides through their wisdom. But because they have no ego, they can't jump in and help you, because they are an observer rather than somebody that is watching with an opinion, because they just don't have the capabilities to have an opinion on your life, if that makes sense. Because of that, we always have to ask. So like I say, through things like card readings, tarot card, angel cards are a good way to get that clarity and guidance from your spirit guides. But also we can communicate with them at night. Now, when we go to sleep, just that little bit before we're about to fall off, where we can feel ourselves getting all fuzzy and nice and comfortable, that's a really good time to call in your guides. Now, don't worry if you don't know who your guides are. Some people will say, oh, I want to know who my guides are. And that's great if you do, if you feel that you need to know who they are. I would always advise you to have a session with somebody. This is something I do as part of my psychic development teaching. I do a session where we introduce people to their guides, and we go through how to communicate. I actually bring their guides in so that they will find out who they are, and introduce them to them if you like. But if you don't know who your spirit guide is, don't worry about it. Know that you have guides, and know that your guide is there to help and support you. And like I say, as you're falling asleep at night, just call them in. I always say the same thing when I call in my guide. I do know who my guide is. My guide is called Robert. He's a Tibetan monk. But for you, if you're not sure, just say, my spirit guides, please be with me now. I always use that same terminology. My spirit guides, please be with me now, and call them into you. Know that they will be there within a few moments. They'll be there at the side of you, and ask whatever it is that you want to ask. It's important that you're directing your questioning with your guides. So if you've got something specific, if you want to know some advice about whether to take a promotion at work, ask them that. So my spirit guides, as you know, I am looking at the job advert that's out for promotion. Do I take it or do I not? Please show me a sign. And ask as you're about to fall asleep. You'll notice quite quickly that you'll get that sign back. So it might be that you'll suddenly go into work and have a really few bad days at work in your job, and you'll be thinking, what's going off with this? I really am disliking it. That is your sign to go for the promotion, because you're being shown that the bad days in your job is your sign to change things up for you. So always look out for the signs of how they can communicate with you, and they can communicate in lots of ways. It might be a job advert. So you start seeing job adverts all the time, or on the telly. There might be adverts that's put out there, and it's all about jobs, or you're hearing something on the radio, or it's all about work. They are your signs that's answering the questions that you've asked. So look out for that in the way that your guides will communicate with you. And when you receive that message of them, always give thanks back. Say, thank you for that, I got the message. If your guides then understand that you've understood their communication, they will give you communication back. They will then help you back, if that makes sense. It does take practice with guides. It doesn't come overnight, but it is a two-way thing. It's you asking them a direct question, looking out for the signs that they will give back to you, and then you giving thanks that you've received it. I hope that's helped. Practice, practice, practice with your guide communication. Any questions, come at me and let me know how you're getting on. Good luck with it all. Bye-bye for now.